we'll go on to the leagues now. We'll go to the St Magnus division, my one.
So can't quite crack that 200, can you, Johnny?
No,
I mean,
not
you got
quite.
as close as you can get, but you can't quite crack that 200. But yeah, I mean, at the top of your division, Johnny, is Stoke and Bengals are another one who you can say, going to be in the playoffs. I can call that. I wouldn't quite call being in the top division yet here, but because 4 and 2s are only two behind. But Stoke and Bengals and Leeds Lassos at 5-1. So Leeds Lassos went from 5-0. You get your first loss and you bounce back the next week. That's a sign of a good team.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for Arthur because that's probably his best score he's had.
Yeah,
But it just get,
189. Yeah,
it's the closest tie as well. But it's just a bit unlucky. Ken, he had the best score. He came up against Leeds Lasso on the rebound. But
ran into a bloody nose. That's the thing. Nice to see. Nice to see Mr. Baxter's streak getting snapped at 2.
I thought you'd like that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I loved that one. So yeah, good win. Good win for Portsmouth Pirates. As I say, it's massive that difference between 4-2 and 3-3. It just gives you that wee extra edge.
yeah. Well, my team's not looking too great next week, but getting to 4-2, at least I'll only be 4-3 after next week. I'm just
Well,
glad
yeah, it
that
was
they've got
good
Brees
win,
Hall
and
back on
Barkley's
fire.
back.
Bartley's back, Brees Hall,
Yeah, you
AJ
must have been
Brown.
worried about Brees all the first couple of weeks of the season when he wasn't really and then Rodgers goes down, but yeah, Brees Hall's certainly coming on now. You'll have Jones coming back this week as well,
He's
which
in the
is
lineup too, but he's basically taken over from Brees Hall. So
that's been a sore one. But yeah, no, Brees Hall, you've got going, the Barkley and Robinson. I mean, both are scoring, but
yeah,
Addison and Osborne, it's you're doubling down quite a bit there, but. Lovely win, and at 4-2, Johnny, you've got to be looking upwards, onwards, and upwards at 4-2.
well, one can hope. But yeah, I'm just happy getting the 4-2 because for a while it did actually look close, but I think it was pulled away at the end. So a
And
few of
it's
Joe's team underperformed. But, then you've got another 3-3. You got Tiger Scots against Jack, who's lost. He went 4-1 to 4-2, but obviously a bit underperformed as well. Who did
yeah,
he have? Burrow. He played Ahmed as well. He got 14 that late touchdown. But
yeah, that was garbage time, wasn't it? Which was
well,
okay, but
his receivers killed him and his tight
I
ends.
mean, you've got see when you've got you can one running back out, okay, you'll have someone to slot in. He's got 3 running backs out, Johnny. He's got Herbert out, he's got Sanders out, and he's got Johnson out. He's got
Uh,
Greenlaw out in his defence as well. So that's a tough week for the Whitehall Rock Stars, and do you know what though? See when you're sitting on 4-1, you can afford a week like that.
you can
You've been
indeed.
hit with your injuries. Now you just need some of these guys to get back. He needs Johnson to get back. Is Sanders? What's the script with Sanders? I think it was just a 1 weeker, wasn't it?
I'm not sure actually, but
So yeah, you've got Johnson and Sanders to come back. He really needs them to be coming back in now. It's I mean, his receivers are great, so it's they will cover, but he needs at least one of them back so as he can slot him in over Ahmed because Ahmed's not going to be there for long. I wouldn't imagine, especially with Wilson coming back.
well, he's not going to. Well, Chase will be out this week. They're pretty sure on the bye. So
And I mean, he's let Warner Bay Warriors right back in the shout, but well, we're not the most of points, but you know, you're going to run into weeks like that from time to time, and best to do it when you're 4-1 as opposed to 1-4.
yeah. And obviously next up we have the undefeated Stoke-on-Bengals carrying on their undefeated run against the Laxdale Legends, 1-5,
Yeah, 1-5. That's Stoker. It's the whole. They've got Tyreek Hill and they've got Tua. So
and Stefan Diggs.
and Stefan Diggs. How'd you get all of them? So it's Pollard and Stevenson. Stevenson's a funny one, isn't it? But Pollard certainly will do fine. Brown's doing fine. Mixon will do fine. Godwin will do fine. Yeah, I mean it's 6-0 and counting, really, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And
I mean
obviously
it's
the highest.
Tua and Hill are banking 65 points a week, pretty much week in week out. It's a heck of a start.
It is.
And then when you add Diggs on top, who's constantly over 20. Yeah, I mean it'll take a good week or a bad week indeed for Stoke and Bengals for someone to pip them.
Yeah. And obviously the highest scorer team of the week was EK Colts against
It
the
was.
Rotherham Raiders 229. Was that the highest one?
No, that wasn't the highest one. That was the third highest one. The highest score of the week was, once I get back onto it, Webby
Two,
Warriors.
229.64. So it's the second highest one of the
Yeah,
week.
so 229.22 against 229.64. So it was Portsmouth Pirates that got the highest score of the week, beating Douglas.
Sorry, Doug, I forgot.
And Dougie, to be fair to him, you got it. It's a hard week when you lose your quarterback and your running back in the same week.
It is a sore one.
7.37 and 4.85. Both were going along just fine when they went out. And yeah, when that happens, you're kind of poo-pooed, aren't you? So yeah, we'll give you a bye for that one, Doug. We'll give it. I see Quentin Johnson on his bench here. He's got 2 points, and he threw up a goose egg.
Yeah.
Get a point per target. Love that. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's got Jeff Wilson coming back off IR this week, and of course he'll have Tank Dell coming back in. But yeah, good scoring from the Portsmouth Pirates. Pacheco, Mahomes, Walker, Wilson all going over 20 points, Swift going over 20 points, and Bernard in his defence over 20 points. So great week. And EK Colts on to 3-3 now, and that's a big one. That was 2-2-3 teams. One of them are now 500 and getting excited, and the other one's 2-4, thinking, God, I've got work to do.
Yes.
But EK Colts have lost McCaffrey. He's going to be hoping that's not for long.
How long is it for? Did you know, or does it say? They've
It's,
not really
it's,
been
it's up
very.
in the air for week 7 already. The problem he's got. Oh no, it's a late game this week as well. So it's
It's a Monday night one, yeah.
yeah. There's a chance he'll not miss anything apart from what he missed.
Well, as
On
I'm
the
playing
night.
against him this week, I hope he just keeps him in the team and he doesn't play. That'll give me a chance.
Well, you'll be hoping Mostert doesn't show up like he did this week, then, won't you?
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one. And obviously, we've got 2 3-3s in the next game. You've got Doug. They got Baxters against the Warnaby Warriors.
Yeah, that's huge, isn't it? 3 and
That'll
3,
be a
3.
big
And
game. 2 4 and
let's not
2s.
forget that this week is halfway,
I know it's pretty scary. Like,
and it's the different. I just think that the difference mentally between going into the second half of the season with a winning record and going in with a losing record, it's a difference between thinking you've got a good chance of making the playoffs and knowing you've got a heck of a lot of work to do and probably not going to make it this year.
well, so this week you have 5th against 6th, me against the Colts. You've got 7 against 8, the Warnaby Warriors against the top head Niners. You've
You get
got
3 against 4, and you've
3
got
and
1
4 and 1
against 2.
against 2. That is mental.
That's crazy, and it's that good chance for Leeds Lassos to get rid of that Stoke on Bengals. They've got
Well, this is the one we thought they were going to be 6-0 when they played each other, but I sort of got a scupper to that one.
Hudson
But,
Hubbard and Wilson, Luke Wilson, the defender, all on bye week, but he's got Ford come back in, he's got White come back in. If none of the Bears running backs make it back, he's got Foreman against the Vegas defense. So
oh,
he's got options there to come in.
well,
And
Stokes missing. He'll be missing Pollard,
and
and he'll be
Mixon.
missing Mixon,
So he's got
and he's only got one running back on the bench.
so Algier will be playing, and that Bucks defense against the run is not giving up a whole lot. And look what they've done to
No,
Montgomery.
but they've
So
got. They could get Myers in for his flex spot, so that'll
he
do
could,
him.
but he needs one running back, Johnny. That's
Well, he's
he
going to have
can,
to play Algier, but he's still
yeah,
projected to get 173 points with 3 players on 0. So I say the team's pretty strong.
yeah. Oh, definitely, are massively strong. You've got two and you've got Hill, and any team that's got two and Hill's got a great start already. So, but if he's going to lose that, that's a good chance for Leeds
Yeah.
Lassos.
But then 2 just might want to rip the Eagles secondary.
Well, of course,
So
but we'll see what
because of
happens.
I know. But no,
It's
it's
but yeah, it's
I'm looking forward to that one.
funny that it works out like that. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8.
I don't know. It's almost like a redraft league. But
Is it
yeah,
9 and 10? No, it's 9 and 11, 10 and 12.
oh,
It's a good
close.
chance for it's a good chance for Batch to get off the mark. You know, he's Plymouth or Gyle Browns. That one's got to come pretty soon. You know, it's not like he's scoring awful. I think his points are his points are in the thousands. You know, and there's a lot of teams. You know, I know everyone in this league is in the thousands, but there's quite a few teams not in the thousands.
Yeah, I think it's just back. He's got 1,300 apart against, which is a bit of a killer. Like,
Yeah, that's quite hot. It's he has run into some big ones, that's for sure. But yeah, good chance to get off the mark last week with as long as Allen's okay.
well, yeah, that's the problem. Is
Josh Allen, he's got a wee question mark next to his name. I'm sure he'll be fine though.
yeah, they're day to day at the moment for him, so we'll see how it goes.
And it's Laxendale Legends going to need to go and pick up a kicker out of agency.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a 6-0 there.